Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Def Crime. Today, we have an important and sobering topic to discuss: Mexican cartels. We'll delve into their history, the impact they've had on Mexico, and explore potential solutions to address this complex issue. To begin, let's provide a more detailed overview of Mexican cartels. These criminal organizations have become powerful entities in Mexico, known for their involvement in drug trafficking, violence, extortion, and various illegal activities. They operate with hierarchies, territories, and connections across borders, making them formidable. To understand how cartels became such a formidable force, we must consider the historical context. Mexican cartels trace their roots back to the 1980s when the demand for illegal narcotics, particularly in the United States, surged. The disintegration of Colombian cartels led to a power vacuum that Mexican cartels were quick to fill. Over time, cartels like the Sinaloa Cartel, the Zetas, and the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG, emerged as dominant players in the drug trade. Their influence expanded into other criminal activities, including human trafficking, money laundering, and even control of local businesses. These cartels have infiltrated various sectors of society, making them difficult to combat. The impact of these cartels on Mexico is profound. High levels of violence, corruption, and instability have plagued the nation for decades. Innocent civilians have suffered the most, caught in the crossfire of cartel conflicts. Mexico's homicide rates have soared, and cartel-related violence has displaced thousands from their homes. While the situation is dire, it's crucial to highlight the extensive efforts made to combat these cartels. Mexican authorities, with the support of international agencies, have engaged in numerous operations to dismantle these criminal networks. These operations involve targeted arrests, the seizure of assets, and intelligence sharing. To truly address the issue of Mexican cartels, we must also examine the root causes. Poverty, lack of economic opportunities, and social inequality have contributed to the recruitment and growth of these criminal organizations. Many individuals, especially in marginalized regions, are drawn to cartels as a means of survival. Community-based initiatives and social programs have shown promise in addressing the underlying issues that fuel cartels. Grassroots efforts, such as vocational training and education programs, are vital in providing alternatives for at-risk individuals. These initiatives empower communities to resist the influence of cartels. International cooperation is key in the fight against Mexican cartels. Countries around the world must work together to combat drug trafficking, money laundering, and weapons smuggling. Intelligence sharing, extradition agreements, and joint operations have been successful strategies in disrupting cartel activities. With that being said, let's get into the worst cartel video of all time, the Zacatecas Flaying.
Esto va para las Jaliscas, Cartel del Golfo, Cartel de Sinaloa, especialmente para la línea de Ciudad Juárez. Sigan mandando más pendejos como este, y así van a quedar. Zacatecas es territorio.
The video is around 6 minutes long and is shot during the nighttime in a remote location. You see the victim who is blindfolded and has his hands tied behind his back. The scene seems to be lit by vehicle headlights, and the victim can be seen surrounded by multiple cartel sicarios, all wearing black tactical gear carrying high-grade weapons. The victim is then forced to the ground face down in the dirt. He is then pinned down so that the sicarios can perform a sickening act of violence. The victim doesn't make a sound. A sicario, carrying a knife, slices the victim's head. After the first cut, blood begins to puddle. The back of the victim's scalp has been completely removed. The victim is then placed on his back, and the sicario then flays the skin on the victim's face. What is left of the victim is a horrific sight. What's left of his head looks like a red skull. The sicario finishes him off by slicing his throat, though the cut does not behead him. The sicario then cuts into the victim's chest and pulls out his still beating heart, and holds it to the camera until the video stops. Please do not Google this video. This is made to educate the world on the brutal crime that happens to real people every day, and is done to expose these evil people.